Okay, so we spent a lot of time talking about pull requests, but it's a very important feature, and it's actually going to come up again in this next workflow I'm going to introduce. I'm calling it fork and clone or forking and cloning. It's a different approach to what we've seen so far. So this is a workflow where instead of just one centralized repository on GitHub, every developer has their own GitHub repository in addition to some main centralized repo. And then individual developers can make changes and push to their own versions, their own forks, before making pull requests. So I'm going to diagram all this, and hopefully it makes sense. The whole point of this is that large open source projects with lots of contributors, maybe thousands and thousands of contributors, they often employ this strategy or this workflow where there might be a handful of actual maintainers and owners of the project. They're not adding thousands of people as direct contributors like we saw, with an invite where I could invite Stevie. I manually went in here, where was that? Manage access, and I invited Stevie. So they're not doing that for every single person who wants to collaborate on React or TensorFlow or something. Instead, this workflow, this fork and clone workflow, enables anybody to try and make a contribution. You don't need permission. You make your own copy. You try making changes, and then you make a PR. Anybody can make a pull request. So the first concept to understand is forking. Forking is a feature that is not part of Git itself, just like a PR is not part of Git. It is a feature of GitHub and other similar hosting services for Git repos. When we fork a repository, it creates a personal copy of somebody else's repository on our GitHub account. So we would call the new copy a fork of the original repository. So when I click the button to fork a repo, I'm asking GitHub to please make me a personal copy of this repo. This only works if it's a public repo and we have access to it. Or I guess if it's a private repo, you can fork it if needed, but you still need access to it. So I'll demonstrate this. I want to be clear again, this is not a Git feature, it's part of GitHub. So on some repository, this is, for example, not my repository, clearly. Automatic Udemy course enroller, get paid, Udemy courses for free. I don't even know if this is still up or not. But this is not my project. But if I want to work on it, I'm not a collaborator. Instead, I'm going to click this fork button right there. So when I do that, notice what the URL or the, what would you call this? I guess the breadcrumb is somebody's username / the repository name. When I fork and I click that button, now we have a copy that is on my account, Colt / automatic blah, blah, blah. So I still have all the history, all the files, but I can do my own stuff on here. I can clone this, I can delete branches, I can completely break code. It's totally up to me. It's just my repo now, and it's just based upon the original. So here's the two side by side, the original and then my fork. It shows my username, but also it says where I forked it from. And that's just an intro to the concept of forking. In the next video, I'll demonstrate it, and then we'll talk about how we can use this concept to make open source contributions.